And there is the start. We are underway. Nearly 400 runners taking their way through the course. They will run south here along the west part of our course. Then they will take a left-hand loop and run around the skyline. British Columbia is our defending champion in this race, and they are the top-ranked team. So as the pack starts to split up, we will see if British Columbia can defend their title. Those of you who know the course are boldly making your way to the top of the skyline so that you can see the runners on the backside of the course. Those of you who would prefer to remain around the start-finish line, the next time we see them, they are going to come through the trees located just east of our finish line here. They will run north of the finish line. So spectators, please be sure you keep that part of the course clear, but we will see them as they make their loop around the south end of the course. They will come through the trees, run north of the finish line. They will pass the big tree that's located in the home part of our course. They will make their way up that hill right in front of the starting line. The mile mark is just about before they make the right-hand turn. They will go through the parking lot and they will end up on the north side of the course for their second mile. The men's race will start and finish in the same spot. The men will make 2 loops around this southern part of the course, and then you will get to see them make an additional loop at the end of the race before they approach the finish line. There are still plenty of course maps and course programs available for just $5. If you want to purchase one of those, they are located at the finish line near the white van. Once again, the athletes right now, they are on the east side of the course. It will not be too long before we see that lead gator come down the hill through the trees, and they will run on the north part of our finish line. We would like to welcome all of our team qualifiers. The teams today scoring will be Aquinas, Asbury, Benedictine, Biola, our top-ranked British Columbia Thunderbirds, Cal State San Marcos, Carroll, the College of Idaho, Columbia, Dalton State. The team currently ranked number 2 in the last poll from Iowa, the Dort Defenders. We've got Indiana Tech, Indiana Wesleyan, Lewis Clark State, Milligan, Northwest Christian, Oklahoma Baptist, Wayland Baptist, Oklahoma City, Olivet Nazarene, Oregon Tech, Ottawa, the Savannah College of Art and Design, Shawnee State, Simpson, Southern Oregon, St. Ambrose, St. Francis, St. Mary's from Kansas, St. Mary from Nebraska, Taylor, Tennessee Wesleyan, Texas Wesleyan, the Masters, Westmont, Wiley, and Xavier. And of course we have a whole group of individuals who also qualified to run in this meet today. And through the trees you can now see the lead gator making its way down the hill. The leaders will be not too far behind. Please make sure the course is clear. And they're still just under a mile, so still going to be a tight pack at the lead. And it looks like number 35, Maria Bernard, and number 164, Hannah Fields of Oklahoma Baptist. Those were our expected leaders. Hannah Fields, the winner of the NAIA pre-national race held here on this course last month. And Maria Bernard of British Columbia, she is our top returning place finisher. She placed 3rd in this race last year. So the 2 favorites now in front, Maria Bernard and Hannah Fields, British Columbia and Oklahoma Baptist. You can see the field starting to draw out a little bit behind. Our leaders are past the 1 mile mark and we are just over 5 minutes. They're going to make a right-hand turn now and run through the parking lot. The second mile of this course is on the far end of the course. They make one big loop around the covered bridges and all the ponds. We will try to keep you up to date with our leaders as they are making their way around the course. You can get out there if you would like to see the 2 mile mark, but it is quite a run to get out to the north end of the course and back in time for the finish. So if you are sticking around for the finish, the next time we see our runners, they will come through on the skyline that is located east of the finish line. We'll see them up on that skyline, and when they hit that John Lawson silhouette, they will have 400 meters to go. It's a big loop around the south part of the course to our finish line, which is a nice downhill run. We're just over 6 minutes. We expect our leaders to be right around 17 minutes, so that finish will happen in just about 10 minutes.
Let's go, Hannah! Bison, come on. Where you at? Get up there. Jump right here.
And we are now just about 8 minutes into our race. So we should see them back here in about another 8 minutes. We might see our leaders on the top of the skyline. Obviously, the men's race is a little longer. The men's course starts and finishes in the same location. The men will make 2 loops around the south end of the course to begin. And of course, when they come through the trees, they will actually be running a little bit more to the south, running around Cottonwood Pond. So you will have a little bit more opportunity to see the men as they make 2 loops around this part of the course. Then they will make their way onto the north side of the course for the middle part of their run. The men will return actually through the trees, come down north of the finish line, make a left-hand turn at the big tree. They will then make a final reverse loop of the start to the race. And of course, they will again approach the skyline and have that 400-meter finish. We are now 9 minutes in to this race. We do still have plenty of programs available. If you would like to purchase a program, it does have a course map. If you are here exclusively for the men's race, you might want to get out on the north side of the course and see some of the beautiful covered bridges, the ponds. Obviously, at this point of the year, the trees have lost their leaves, but you can kind of imagine that when we have our cross-country meets here in the earlier part of the fall, it is a very beautiful course. We start with green leaf trees. We make the transition from yellow and red, and many of our high school athletes who live in the vicinity, the tri-state vicinity, do come here and run. It is often a very, very scenic course for people to run on. But today is a beautiful day for cross country. I'm sure the athletes will tell you this is just about the perfect weather. They don't want it to be too hot or too cold or too windy, but we know they definitely enjoy this weather. The Aquinas men are psyched for their run. They love this weather.
Let's go, Alex! Come on, Alex! Hey, go with them!
Right there! Come on now! Come on, Sarah!
Go, Sarah, let's go. Let's see you, let's go.
Go, Victoria! All things, Victoria! Let's go, Jenna! Come on, Jay!
We are now at 12:20 on the clock, so our leaders, they should be done in 5 minutes. So it's not going to be too long before we see them come out on the skyline. The Jim Ryan skyline. If you're on the top of that skyline, you can actually see down the complete far western and southern edge of the course. That is a good spot to see the beginning of the men's race because they will make 2 loops around that course before they head off to the north side. Obviously, it's a great spot for the finish line, and at one point in the race, we will see our runners strewn across the skyline almost from the finish line all the way back up to where they first come into view. We are at 13 minutes on the clock. Once again, as you all know, cross-country scoring, place counts more than time, so as our teams are positioning themselves for a finish, it is the University of British Columbia, the defending champions and the top-ranked team, who we do expect to see trying to position the majority of their runners to the front of this race.
Way to go, Taylor! Come on! You got it, girl. You got it. Push through. Let's go! Go, Westmont! Let's go! Come on!
We are now 15 minutes into the race, so it won't be long before we can hear the cheers coming through the trees. The athletes run around the cemetery, if you have been out on the course, and then it is quite a long incline until the next time we see them. So when we do see our athletes on the skyline, they will have been running uphill for about the last 400 to 500 meters before they reach the top of that skyline. And there is the lead gator. We can see our leaders will now be in sight. And that looks like Maria Bernard from British Columbia, who has moved into the lead. We still have yet to see the second place runner. And this is a very impressive finish because there is our second place runner just coming into view. So they're going to make this big loop. Our leader under 400 meters. And that's Maria Bernard of British Columbia making her final approach. You can see our number 2 and number 3 runners now at the John Lawson silhouette. So they have 400 meters to go. But here comes our leader down the final finish line chute. She's got about 100 meters to go when she comes in sight of the finish line. And this is Maria Bernard of British Columbia. She finished in 3rd place in this race last year, but she's going to win it today. And this is Hannah Fields of Oklahoma Baptist. She won the pre-meet here. She's going to improve on her finish last year and take 2nd place. Emily DeFenoil from British Columbia will be 3rd. And Natalia Hawthorne of British Columbia is going to be 4th. Followed by Lindsay Martin of Columbia, rounding out the top 5 at 17:47. So 5 athletes in under 18 minutes, and British Columbia has 3 of them. And here comes the next British Columbia runner. Tamara Harris is going to round out the top 10. She's going to finish right about at 18:10. So British Columbia, a very strong finish. And here come our athletes.
Come on, let's go.
All the athletes now right in that 25 to 30 spot. So the ones that have finished are going to be all Americans. But every place counts. So as these athletes come down their last 100 meters, cheering along, every single place will count for our team scores. It looks pretty good for the favorites to repeat their championship. But you can see our athletes strewn from the finish line all the way back up on the skyline. So be sure to cheer for your athlete as they make their way to the finish line. With athletes still strewn out back up across the skyline, but they are still running for personal best times for team scores.
Come on, Kathy, go! You got to fly here, let's go! Alyssa, let's go! Alyssa's right up there! Let's go! Let's go! Alyssa, go! Kick! Haley, kick!
And the biggest part of our packs now through the line. The clock is at 20 minutes, so All the athletes up to now finishing under 20 minutes, but we still have a lot out on the course.
90 seconds. We're going to get some girls. You got to get some girls and get over that hill. 90 seconds. Down Alicia. I need you to pass 5 girls. Get up the hill, you'll pass 5 girls.
Let's go.
Get up the hill, you'll pass 5 girls. Good job, Haley. Good job. Work.
We're at 21 minutes right now.
Come on, Randy!
Let's go, Jay. Jay, you run great. You run great. Hey, you're almost there, too. Come on, just around the corner. You're going to be in. Let's go. Come on, Jay.
Pick him up. Come, stay, baby. Noel's coming for you.
Don't give up on me now. I need you.
Athletes still finishing as they cross, but you can be proud of your athletes. I don't believe we've ever seen as many athletes resting in the finish line. They've gone down hard. That means they've lifted all out there on the course today. Once again, we would like to remind everybody that the awards for both our women's and men's races will be held later this afternoon. Approximately 2:30, we will have our awards ceremony at Abe and Jake's back in downtown Lawrence. That will give our athletes plenty of time to warm down, recover, and be able to enjoy their pasta meal this afternoon at Abe and Jake's, courtesy of the Lawrence Sports Commission. Clock time is at 23 minutes, so all of our athletes who have finished are under 23 minutes. We still have quite a few out there on the course.
Come on, Ezra. You got 200 left, girl. You're almost there.
And if you're anywhere near the finish line, you can see that these ladies have given it all. They've left it out on the course.